Yeah, sure. Tibo Lava Ultra featuring
Mzansi.
the Mood Engineer featuring Van Roy. Yeah. Welcome to Let's Argue.
Yeah, sure.
Welcome to Let's Argue Football, the Monday edition. This is the space where opinions meet evidence, where form beats reputation, where numbers test narratives. Except Van Roy.
Yeah, sure. And this weekend really delivered a lot of shocks. There were statement wins and losses, and serious questions to be asked all across England, Spain, Italy, Germany, France, and even Mzansi.
How mentioning Mzansi, we get right onto the Betway PSL, and yeah, I have to mention it, but Orlando Pirates' record-breaking machine is moving like they are well oiled. Like they've got that oil from, what you call legendary Baba, legend Baba. It's moving beautifully. But you know what? Let's not talk about Pirates yet because they're not the champions. Let's look at what happened to everybody else, right? Durban City gave Galaxy and left them seeing stars 2-0. Chippa United took the Bay and sent them back to Richards with nothing. 3-0. And Pirates, they welcome Marumo Gallants to their stadium. Gonje Tibo, what's that stadium called again?
Orlando
The
Arena.
Orlando Amstel Arena.
Orlando Amstel Arena, 3-0, Marumo Gallants gallanting back wherever they come from. And then Sikukune, well, I don't know. They keep going up, they keep going down. But Orbit College, Vele, they definitely on a learning run this round on the PSL because Sikukune delivered a lecture like no other. Tibo.
No, James, let me just get one thing out of the way, because we need to address the elephant in the room. Orlando Pirates have now won 11 straight home matches, a new PSL era record. This surpasses the benchmark that was set by Santos, Kaiser Chiefs, and of course, Mamelodi Sundowns. That's not form, that's fortress psychology. Now, what does this mean about the table implications? This is very simple. Mamelodi Sundowns are number one with the game in hand. Orlando Pirates are closing the gap, but are definitely dominant at home. And Sikukune United, I think, are the surprise package of the season, are third after their latest win. In fourth place, we have Chupa United, who are 4 points clear of the playoff zone. Now, if we just look at what this means for the managers or the coaches, the context basically dictates that Orlando Pirates are tactically stable, compact with the mid block, and ruthless in transitions. Skukune United, where they are concerned, are quietly building a credible continental push, whilst Chipa United's 3-game winning streak signals survival intent. Except.
Yeah. Speaking of intent, let me speak about Pirates' intensity of the ball. I can tell you for free, in that game versus Gallants, they were elite, nothing less than elite. They were not just winning; they were suffocating this team. And Chipa, on the other hand, might be the most improved pressing unit in the bottom half. Three wins in the bounce isn't accidental. It shows that they are building momentum and they are building something. I really want to see what is going to happen going forward for them.
Oh, yes. And then we move straight into CAF. So sad to mention CAF when I don't belong to CAF no more after this weekend. But that's why I was wearing my glasses because I was just so sad after boasting that I'm in CAF. So for this segment, I shall wear my glasses. Mamelodi Sundowns progress, like there were ever any doubt, 2-0 against my very own cousin, Rolani Mukwena. Yep, and then
Amfana Lebza. You know who you look like? You know the character that was played by Sylvester Stallone, Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd.
Yes. What man?
Do you know Judge Dredd?
No, I know Judge Dredd by Sylvester Stallone. I just don't know what happens in the movie, but I know it's like that is a robot nyana. Can you hear me?
It's a movie.
Somewhere along those lines. Marafe.
Last week, not last week, this Friday, when I got home late, I went ahead and downloaded Dragon Ball Z on my cable. Then Saturday, my son and I were watching it. First episode. Guys, I didn't even know that was the real episode, first episode.
The new one?
Anyway, no.
No,
Old
from the
school, the one
beginning.
that used to make you guys run back home like you're going to watch Days of Our Lives. All right, so Kaiser Chiefs were on top of the group.
Yo.
And now are eliminated because Zamalek got them drunk like the Zamalek we know in South Africa. 2-1 to Zamalek. Stellenbosch, a double what you call this thing, basic elimination from Zanzi teams because Stellenbosch had no chance, and even in the match they played like they had no chance because they gave Siniga Black Stars 1 point to go back home with, and they just kept 1 point here. Thibaut?
Yeah, listen, Mamelodi Sundowns did what elite teams do. They control the tempo. They kill the game in the 60th minute window. And listen, they needed to get the result at home, and this is exactly what they did. It's unfortunate that, of course, that our other South African team, Kaiser Chiefs, bowed out of the competition, but I think they gave a good account of themselves. And now we can pin our hopes on Mamelodi Sundowns to wave the flag high.
Yeah, it's painful, you know. Chiefs, so they basically was showing mentality failure. It's like, I don't know. It's like they just switched off. You can't want to go from being number one, being number two in their group to actually losing this bid. We now sit, I think we are third in that group, which eliminates us. It was a must-win scenario, and they basically conceded control. So once you give away control, it's bad. Forget it, bruh.
Yeah, just thinking about the PSL, Paris is currently on top with 38 points, and Sundowns with 32 points, and obviously Sundowns has got a game in hand. We shall see what happens during the week. But anyway, credit to Sundowns. The Brazilians core gives them composure in knockout pressure. I think you can just call it experience, call it that they've got the old heads who can actually, play well when it's needed. So really, really kudos to them.
Thibaut?
Yeah, no, then it's time to move on to the FA Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Lebs, are you with us?
Just 2 seconds, man. I'm struggling with my computer. Thibaut, I don't know what you did, man. You probably went ahead and, confused all of us, man, when your computer had an issue. But anyway, we move into the English Football FA Cup. Now, the FA Cup, guys, is getting
How could I
interesting
do something
because-
all the way from here, though?
Aren't you in IT and stuff like that?
Yeah, Lebza is gonna say, click on my computer from your computer.
Look, Arsenal and Liverpool statement wins, and then in some key results that we can mention of the FA Cup this weekend, as there was drama. First of all, Arsenal are continuing to just beat teams, 4 goals in 30 minutes. Really, who can challenge Arsenal right now? Liverpool, Brighton needed a good game on this match because Liverpool really woke up. I think it's the Liverpool Roy dreams of, but it doesn't come when it's the EPL matches. It comes only in FA Cup. And then Chelsea, obviously these guys, Pedro Neto, all of a sudden comes, scores a hat-trick. Then next match plays Fulham and doesn't score nothing, and Chelsea lose. But hey, this is Chelsea, and this is a cup that would suit them. Newcastle also, after spending so much money, you are basically an what you call this thing, an Arabian Premier League team where Ronaldo is, because of the money you have. But it's just that you've got a bad coach, man. What are you doing with Eddie Howe after so much money? Come on, Eddie should now be coaching the reserves. Anyway, Aston Villa can't field a good team weekend, good team during the week. They don't have that much depth, so I would understand this beating that they got from Newcastle at home. Man City, Yeah, 2-0 at Salford, definitely unconvincing. And Haaland is struggling, guys. We need someone who can score, but we thank you that Doku is injured, and we thank you that Semenyo has come to the menu. And then Arsenal, that they're very aggressive from a tactical theme perspective early on. They have an early press, and then obviously those vertical overloads like they usually do. It's like how Pep used to do it also. And then Liverpool slots most complete performance this season. I'm sure, Roy, you would agree with that one. And then transition football is clicking for Liam at Chelsea. Hey, Timo?
No, listen, you are spot on right there, Libza, because Arsenal, they smell silverware. That first half blitz was absolutely surgical stuff.
Yeah, that's true. And Liverpool's midfield in that game was basically, it was balanced, it was elite. Zoboslai again controlled the tempo. That guy is a general. City look like they are conserving energy, but that edge is actually missing. You are right, based on what you said, Lebza, that Haaland is struggling.
Yeah, I think Soboslai deserves a bigger team, man. Eh?
Like Nivea for men.
You know what? Nivea for men actually wouldn't be bad, eh? At Nivea for men, I think he would win a Champions League.
You.
Moving right along to La Liga, the League of the Stars, where we had. Pardon?
That's okay. Kubeka.
Moving on to the League of the Stars, La Liga, gentlemen. We had shocks and statements all round. First and foremost, we had Real Madrid dominance. Real Madrid plowed through Real Sociedad in a 4-1 victory at the Santiago Bernabeu. And Atletico Madrid did what Atletico Madrid do best. They went down 3-0 at Vallecas to Rayo Vallecano. Valencia won 2-0 after Levante player got a red card at the Mestalla Stadium. Now, if we just jump into this, then it's very easy to see that Vinicius won the game for Real Madrid after he converted 2 penalties. I think this Real Madrid side
Which team gets 2 penalties?
I think this Real Madrid team play a lot better and more fluid game without Kylian Mbappe. But you know what? Time will tell if what I'm saying is correct. Atletico Madrid inconsistencies resurfaced again after doing a demolition job on Barcelona in the Copa del Rey, where they scored 4 goals without reply at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium. They came back to La Liga and lost badly to Rayo Vallecano in a Madrid derby. And then Rayo and Real Betis, they closed the gap in terms of the European qualification. So I don't know, Lebza, what's your take on all of this?
No, look, first of all, I'll tell you, there's no team that beats Barcelona and then goes ahead and wins the next match because you are tired, you are naked, as the English word would say, because you would have run so much to cover that ground. So Atletico killed their own now La Liga chances because of that Copa del Rey, and they're still going to be knocked out because Romentanda is coming back. Anyway, Atletico are emotional, guys. Yeah, you can see it in the match against us. You can see it here. Now they lose 3-0 after winning such a big match against Barcelona. Anyway, the best player for Tibo wasn't there. Rafinha wasn't there. Maybe with Rafinha, boom, 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 goals galore. And then obviously the goalkeeper won't also create an own goal. When intensity dips, then the whole structure of Atletico collapses. It's based on that intensity. It's based on that Argentinian, so when that is gone, then basically what team do you have, Roy?
Yeah, Lebza.
Yeah.
Lebza.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you guys keep playing Eric Garcia?
You know what?
I think he's a godsend.
I forgave him last
season.
Hey. Because
Oh,
he
you
always
forgave him last season. Okay.
we forgave him last season when he started
Okay.
scoring important goals in the Champions League. But obviously, once the level goes a bit higher, he definitely needs to pick up his socks, man.
Yeah. No, that's
No,
true.
keep playing him. Keep playing him. He'll eventually get it right.
We'll play him against you guys and still win.
We'll
I,
see.
yeah. Lebza, just based on Atletico Madrid, me and Thibaut
Yeah.
spoke about it on Friday, speaking about them winning and crushing Barcelona and only coming back
Mm,
to face or suffer defeat.
yeah.
It shows the level of inconsistency, but yeah, they gave their all in that Barcelona match, man. You can see that what they did to Balde was criminal. Did you see?
Mm, yep.
They did a number on him, yo.
The man
Anyway,
has a family.
Mhm.
The man has a family. They didn't need to do that to him, man.
yeah, that was painful. Anyway, in Madrid's game, just before we move on, in Madrid's game, it just shows that Real Madrid can win without Mbappe. They can still dominate games without him. That tells you something about the depth of this team. I don't know about you, Thibaut.
Yeah, all I can say is that now we can just move on to the Serie A because we saw the Derby d'Italia fire. Inter Milan hosted Juventus at the San Siro Stadium. We had 5 goals in this encounter, with Inter coming up top trumps with a late winner by Piotr Zielinski. Inter stay 8 points clear at the top. Zielinski win, and I think a much needed goal from him. And then we also saw Napoli play to a 2-2 draw against AS Roma, who are fighting tooth and nail to finish in top 4 place to guarantee Champions League place next season. Atalanta, on the other hand, they climbed up the table with a 2-0 win against Lazio. Now, if we just look at the Serie A top spots or the Serie A table, we have Inter in a commanding lead. In second place, we have AC Milan chasing them down after another Luka Modric masterclass on Friday. Then we have Napoli sitting in third on 50 points. Van Roy.
Yeah, if you look at this title race, um, Inter Milan is basically showing title winning resilience. Inter can absorb pressure and then they punish you and they hit you where it hurts the most.
Mm.
Lebza?
No, you know what? Napoli, they might have this unbeaten home record that's intact. But for me, the issue is if you're not winning at home and you're still allowing the person to leave with a point, it's still going to cost you titles. So rather win at home rather than just do draws. Let a draw be the worst one that you can get. But anyway, Napoli, I don't think they are going to retain this title. Scott McTominay, come back home, bud. Come back home.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's a crazy take right there. Because what would Scott McTominay be coming back to play against Stoke City? To play against Hull City? Come on, man.
Newcastle.
Come on, man. The man left. The man left the Premier League to become the best player in Italy. You can't write a script like that. But when we move on to the Bundesliga, when it's time for us to have our cold meat, our sausages, and our Frankfurters, it's very easy for us to see that while no headline shockers came about from this weekend, the top remains compressed. We have Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen neck and neck. Stuttgart, on the other hand, are pressing for a UEFA Champions League spot, whilst Borussia Dortmund are inconsistent away from home. Evan Roy.
That also it also shows you something. Germany's title race will go to the wire through April. Actually, now it's no longer a marathon; it's becoming a sprint, and the fastest one will get to the finish line.
And as I sprint over to League R like an F1 driver this weekend, chaos and clarity. First of all, RC Lens go top. What's going on in France? And then Imagine 55% possession for Paris FC and then 17 shots. I mean, for Lens. That is crazy. How bad is Paris FC's defense for them to be allowing 17 shots? Yeah. And then Rennes did a number on Paris Saint-Germain, right?
Hey, Lebza.
3-1. Yeah.
Lebza, your camera is switched off, bruh.
Ah, bruh. Now it's my
We can-
camera, you see.
We can
But at least
only
you can
hear
hear me.
you.
Oh, you can
We
only hear
can hear
me.
you.
Ow.
Yeah, now you are back.
Imagine me. Imagine
Fui.
me. I'm back. Hey, yeah, you know what? This technical stuff, I'm going to just buy a laptop that's just for let's argue. Doesn't do anything else. All right. So I was saying Rennes 3-1 versus PSG. Are PSG saving energy for the Champions League? Or is this just how they are performing these days? Yeah. Lyon, straight wins. How many? Not one, not two, not 10, but 13 in all competition. Something's happening in Lyon. Something's happening, Thibaut.
Yeah, listen, Lebs, just on the PSG form, right? I think in the League One they're trying to do everything possible to ensure that they retain or give a good account of themselves in the Champions League, because for the last 2 or 3 weeks or so they've been playing on Friday nights instead of on a Saturday or on a Sunday. So by the time the Champions League comes through, you know, they're gonna almost have an extra day of rest, if not an extra 2 days of rest in terms of their preparation for the Champions League. So it's yet to be seen how things will develop. But I know now I'm gonna mention something that you are particularly fond of, and that is 50 Cent's second studio album with Interscope and Shady Records. It was dubbed The Massacre. But had it not been for 50 Cent, had it not been for 50 Cent missing the deadline of them releasing it actually on Valentine's Day, then the title of the album would have been the Saint Valentine's Massacre, which is what we saw from Lens, because Lens delivered a Saint Valentine's Massacre to Paris FC. 5 goals without reply. Bro, you can't even write this script.
No, look, PSG without that midfield control, they are vulnerable. Remember, when Enrique was coaching Barca and also coaching Spain, he had great midfielders that actually then ran that midfield for him. And at Barca, it's easy, man. You know, we're the best team to switch out midfielders, but we're the worst maybe to switch out defenders. So he's missing that conveyor belt of midfielders that are just popping out. Spain creates them. France creates defensive midfielders, not attacking midfielders. Some do come out. But hey, let us see what happens. Roy.
Yeah, Nia. All I can say is Olympic Lyon, they are basically a quiet storm. 13 wins in a row is not a small feat. It's championship rhythm.
You know what, Van Roy, what's funny when you talk about Lyon? When I was growing up, Lyon were the best team in France. I think they won 9 league trophies in a row. I think at the time they were captained by Juninho Pernambucano. You know, guys like Benzema and Hatem and Afa, you know, were still teenagers, you know, in that team. Sidney Kovu, those types of players. So, you know, if I just look at the recent history, the manner in which things have developed for Olympic Lyonnais, you know, I'm hoping that one of these days they'll just actually wake up.
Yeah. Wake up a sleeping
and then
giant.
Let's move on to the flops and props of the week. Wake up a sleeping giant, exactly. And then let's move on to the flops and props of the week. Without any waste of time with the flops, first and foremost, we have Diego Simeone's inconsistency with his Atletico Madrid side, followed by PSG surrendering top spot to Lens, and lastly, we have Kaiser Chiefs failing in a must-win CAF scenario. Van Roy, who you going with?
I'm going with PSG. I'm going with PSG.
Why PSG?
Because they are basically giving up the top spot. You can be. It's like Liverpool as well. I'm so glad Liverpool is not the flop this week. First time. I'm giving it to PSG because they are surrendering their top spot. And trust and believe me, it's gonna be difficult to climb back to get there to stay at the top. Chasing is much more difficult, bro.
Oh man, I'm so glad Liverpool.
All right, no, I hear you.
It's
So
not
I
part of
even
the
see
flops
this.
this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, me is Kaiser Chiefs, man.
Damn, man.
All they had to do was draw. All they had to do was draw, man. Like change the tactic for the result, for the temperature, and for the temperature of the game, and for what we're playing. Don't try win it, you know.
Don't you think
Especially
that's
if you're
unfair, though?
no, don't try win the match. Like a dog, play for the draw. Like that's why I'm not yelling at them like they were well deal. But all I want is maybe just play for the match like how Mourinho would have played for that match. He would have tried to maybe defend just so that he gets a result. You know?
But the way they
Mara
were playing,
Zamalek.
the way they were playing, it shows you that they went 2-0 down. They were 2-0 down and then tried to actually come back into the game. Like, how can you want to do that?
But anyway,
man,
yeah, I choose Kaiser Chiefs. Timo, who do you choose?
Yeah, this one is tricky. This one is tricky, but I think I'm going to give it to Diego Simeone. I think the level of consistency that we've seen in the last 3 or 4 weeks, you know what, it's unprecedented. He will participate in the Copa del Rey, and Atletico Madrid will blow away the opposition. Pause, no Diddy. And then when it's time to come back to La Liga, they completely switch off. So it's definitely going to Diego Simeone.
Yeah, sure. We move on to the props. In first place, we have Lons, title statement winning mentality. Then we have Inter's Derby Authority. Coming at you at third place is Sundowns flying the SA flag high and proudly. So, Thibaut, who would you give your prop of the week?
It's definitely going to Internazionale. You know, I think this was a difficult tie for them, especially in their escapade or in their campaign to regain the power and the authority in the Serie A. That game, you know, it was topsy-turvy. It was drama. It was jam-packed. It had everything that you expect from a derby. And for the minute which it ended, it was just pure Serie A drama. So it's definitely going to Internazionale.
No, Mina. Sundowns in the 18 area. I definitely for actually becoming the only team that's remaining there. And they also had some odds against them. If Rulani really knew how to, you know, jab Sundowns and walk away with the win, it would have been disappointing for all three teams. But they pulled it out when they needed to. And that's a team, man. You know? Show
Yeah,
up
I want
when-
them to win the Champions League.
But they'll win the league, dog, if you don't beat them this week. If you don't beat Sundowns this week, they're going to win the league.
Yeah.
What do you mean Pirates?
Pirates should beat Sundowns this week. On Wednesday, when you're playing Wednesday, right? You need to beat Sundowns this week to lay a marker, to show how serious you are about the league. If Sundowns beats you, it's going to be like old times. It's going to be the Arsenal thing.
It's going to be the Arsenal thing.
Yeah, you start feeling like, you know how mentally your boys might just lose momentum. So you definitely have to
that's
win.
True. I mean, if they don't get the result, they just might start playing like Kaiser Chiefs.
No. You guys have no way of playing like Kaiser Chiefs. You guys actually have strikers that actually know what they're doing. You have what you call this thing, attacking midfielders that know also how to finish. We do not have that. We've got potential. You see, we've got a Lilepo who goes and gets there, and we don't know. It might go to the stands. It might go on target. He might score. He might miss the ball. You know.
Doesn't that remind you of Katsande?
You see, but Katsande did his thing in midfield. You see, at least he did what he was paid for, which was get the ball back for us. He doesn't need to have skill. You know, get the ball back.
Katsande was a good player, man.
Yeah, he did what he did, and he did it well. He got the ball back and passed it to the people that needed to move forward. But now, when we're going forward, we've got them do Shabalala. We've got the young kid
Mayo.
Vilagazi. Then we've got Mayo there. We've got Lilepo. Then we've got, you see, the Portuguese striker is not bad. I think he just needs a lot of supply. He needs like these kids that dribble, the Shabalala and the Vilagazi, to dribble to pass, not to dribble to basically shoot or something, because they don't have a good shot. You need to give it to someone with a better percentage in terms of shooting. Anyway, let's go to the next one.
Yeah,
Hey, Fandro, you didn't give us your pick.
Mine, yeah. While you guys were still debating, I was stuck in two minds, but I'm giving it to Lens as well.
Yeah.
It was difficult for me between Lens and Inter actually, because if you look at the point difference, from first position and second position for Inter, and if you look at how many games are left, they're basically running away with it. They're not gonna slow down, so it's a bit difficult for me. But it's those two.
Yeah, no, definitely. Inter Milan and Lens are setting championship standards. Orlando Pirates, on the other hand, are building a fortress at the Orlando Amstel Arena. Arsenal, on the other hand, gentlemen, they smell silverware, but I think there's still time for Arsenal to bottle everything.
I think so too. 4 points behind is Man City, who, once they smell blood, they know exactly how to attack. This season is about mentality. As Pirates needs to show mentality this Wednesday, as Arsenal used to show mentality for the remaining games of the season, as Barcelona needs to show mentality tonight as they play to try get back to the top of the league. So pressure is separating contenders from pretenders.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Lebza,
Yo.
I just have one question. Why didn't Barcelona play on Sunday like Atletico Madrid?
I actually don't know, eh?
Okay.
Oh, because we don't have a Champions League match. We made it to the other stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
You guys are playing Benfica. Can I remind you? You guys are playing Benfica, so good luck. I'll borrow you these. I'll send them through via Amex or something.
Ciao.
And Benfica can play, bro. Anyway, guys, this is Let's Argue. We will see who's speaking too early, creating that offside, and who's basically timing the run to perfection. Thibaut?
Yeah, sure. Over and out. Thank you, my gents. Thank you to our viewers for sharing another installment of Let's Argue, featuring Fanroy, featuring the mood engineer. This is Let's Argue, data driven, emotional fuel, and unapologetically opinionated.
Yeah, sure. Sharp, guys. From Zanzi.
Pasa!